but Wegmans,
Big
I'm
deal.
glad you started off with that.
It's a huge deal up here. And it's way better than Publix.
What did he say?
Hey guys, welcome back to Little Big Opinions. I'm Big.
And I'm Little.
And today we have a special guest, part of our Dolphins Fan Experience, Volume 6. We have Mike Oliva, President, Founder, and Managing Editor of DolphinsTalk.com. Mike, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I am doing fantastic, gentlemen. How are you?
We're doing great. I just want to say thank you again for coming on, because you put up so much content. And one, we appreciate it because we follow a lot of the things that you post out. So we're very excited that you said yes to coming on to this, because I know you're a very busy man. So thank you for that.
Oh, not a problem at all. Always glad to talk some Miami Dolphins. And yeah, you guys are very nice when you asked. So I said, why not? Let's have some fun.
And are you down here in Miami, or where are you from?
No, I'm in upstate New York. I'm just outside of Syracuse.
You are behind enemy lines? Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. I'm fighting the good fight by myself up here. Well, not by myself. There's a lot of Miami Dolphins fans up here, actually. But yeah, it's tough going to like Wegmans, which is a major supermarket chain up here. And it's all Josh Allen this, James Cook that, Josh Allen this. It's just so freaking annoying.
My dad grew up in Rochester, New York when they came from Cuba. And yeah, all of the cousins are split between Bills fans and then Dolphins fans. So we have that internal rivalry. But yeah, up there in Rochester, they're all rooting for their Bills Mafia up there.
It'd be a little better if we could actually win a few games. Wouldn't be so tough up here. But it's been tough in recent times where they've had a lot of success, and you know, our team hasn't.
Yeah. So funny enough, I also have some Syracuse roots. I went to Lemoyne College for a year.
So did I. I went to Lemoyne.
No way. Look at that. I only went there for 1 year. It was a great fun year. I played baseball up there.
Oh wow.
And then I transferred back down to FIU and finished my college baseball there.
Yeah.
But Wegmans,
big deal.
I'm glad you started off with that.
It's a huge deal up here, and it's way better than Publix. I've never went to one before. Last year, I went down to a game in October when Miami played the Chargers. So myself and Tom, who lives in Rochester, actually, we're like, everyone tells us about Publix this and Publix subs that, Publix this. We went to a Publix, which is like a relatively new one. The place was a dump. And the sub wasn't all that good either. I'm like, if anyone ever tells me, and look, Wegmans, all stuff for the Bills, I'll put up with it. If anyone ever tells me ever again that Publix is on par with Wegmans, they don't understand life. Yeah. Something seriously wrong.
What pub sub did you get? Do you remember?
I got the chicken tender one.
Oh, you got the good one. You got the good one.
I got the good one. And it was fine. I'm not saying it was bad, but it ain't a Wegmans sub.
I'm with you. Wegmans is way better than Publix's that we have down here. So
close. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah. And I spent some time in Canandaigua as well, playing up in the summer league up there. So I have to ask, is a garbage plate something that you're still looking to get every once in a while, or no more garbage plates?
I've never had one. That's not a thing up here where I live. So I've never had one really. So
what is the garbage plate?
I've heard of it. It's a Rochester thing more, I think, and more Western New York than me. It's just like every bit of bad food you can think of on one plate.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a drunk food. It's what after you leave.
Greasy, lots of meats. Yeah.
You got macaroni salad. You have 2 beef patties. You have a hot dog, and you have ketchup. And
what
sounds disgusting, but it's amazing.
Well, of course, when you're drunk,
maybe after
the bars.
Yeah.
So upstate New York, how did you become a Miami Dolphins fan?
It was the 80s and number 13, plain and simple. Right now, if you grow up, I'm sure you go around this country, there's Pat Mahomes fans in places that like the Chiefs are a million miles away from. It was the same thing in the 80s. It was just number 13 in Miami. And plus, you know, I couldn't root for the Jets. I wasn't going to root for the Bills. And, you know, I probably should have rooted for the Giants. I would have had a lot happier football life, let's just be honest. But no, it was number 13. And, yeah, it was a nice run there from from my childhood. You know, I saw the Super Bowl in 82. I saw the Super Bowl in 84. I was very young. I mean, I was like 6, 7 years old, whatever. But I saw it at least. And then, even into the 90s, and then, late 90s, early 2000s, like, okay, we're not as good as we once were, but we're still good and competitive. And then sort of fallen off a cliff since then. And it is what it is. But yeah, so I've seen the team win. I've seen them be good. Just been a long time since I've seen it be consistent.
Yeah.
Well, most of our lives, right? But what I grew up with was number 13. Growing up against the in the 90s, playing Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and those battles against the Bills, those defenses growing up, that's what made us at least myself, fall in love with this team. But it all started with number 13. He was the hero.
Exactly. That's what it was. And he came up here for an autograph signing in 2005, which I know was like 20 years ago now or so. And this is in Syracuse, New York on a Friday night. And it was in a mall, a large mall. The line for a Dan Marino autograph wrapped around the mall. Now, this is the largest mall in New York State. It's not a small mall. It's pretty big. When I tell you it wrapped around the mall, there had to be thousands of people in line. It was so long that the restaurants in the mall, like a Fridays, a Chili's, whatever, they would send out waiters and waitresses to the line, knowing that those people were going to be there for hours.
Smart.
And they would sell them food on the line. I've never seen anything like this before. Now, it started at like 6, I want to say 6:30. We left at like 4 or 4:30. I'm thinking, I know it's going to be packed. I didn't think it'd be that packed. And we were probably like 150 deep. And by the time it started, it had to be 1,000 people. I'm like, holy crap.
Holy
yeah, it was. I mean, he must have made a mitt that night, number one. And number two, I'm like, this is Bills country in 05. It's like, yeah, Dan Marino.
I mean, that's a good question because we saw the tail end of Dan Marino, and we know obviously what he meant to we watched obviously Brady dominate us for our entire life. But I have an appreciation for Brady because he was great. I would assume maybe the Bills fans up there feel that about Marino. He's just a great player, and why you can't hate him. He's just so good.
I don't know if there were many fans of them in that line. I think there's a lot of people like me, kids who grew up rooting for number 13 in the 80s, and who by then, when I was in like my late 20s, early 30s, whatever it was. I think it was a lot of people like me, fans of the Dolphins in the area. Now, you could say, and there probably is at least 1,000 of us. Because in a town this large, which is not the largest town in the world, but it's large enough, you probably get at least 1,000 or so. And they heard he's coming to town. Everyone got their ticket and showed up to get in line. Yeah. And it was like, got to meet him in person. It's pretty cool.
Just shows you the respect.
What do you think?
That's the helmet right there. He said it right there. One behind me.
That's amazing. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, this is just fantasy, but if he was playing today, how many yards do you think he'd throw for today?
I don't know about like how many yards, but he'd be the number one quarterback in the league. People have no idea who aren't old enough. I mean, the game changes and the game always evolves. In the 80s, it was war on that field. Like wide receivers were getting like punched in the faces or running down the field. They were getting mauled. And it stopped with the Patriots when they were complaining. Oh no, when Indianapolis started to complain about the Colts and Peyton Manning. But that's like 20 years after he was like at his peak Marino. And what he did with Mark Clayton and what he did with Mark Duper, it was unheard of at that time because it was like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, run the ball, play defense. Very few teams ran the ball. I mean, passed the ball like that. That's why his 1984 season is the most impressive season ever. And when you talk to guys who play the sport, like Fouts or Esiason or like those guys of that same era, they're in awe of that 84 season because like all the rules were against the quarterback. All the rules were against the offense. Unlike now where it's done a 180 and all the rules are in favor. Like it's like unheard of what he did. That's why that season's so great. And I mean, he was that. So if he played today with these rules, I mean, he'd make Pat Mahomes look like a kid. I mean, and that's not an insult to Pat Mahomes. It was next level of that time in that era, getting the ball down the field because they weren't little, screen passes and he was chucking it down the field.
But lasers, just lasers.
Yeah.
Pick a guy.
Darts.
What's your earliest memory as a Dolphins fan?
Yeah, those two Super Bowls are probably it. The 82 one, is more vague. The 84 one when they lost to Montana is very clear. I remember that game a lot. Even that AFC Championship game where they beat Pittsburgh like 45-10 or something.
Yeah, he set records in that.
That one I remember. And even the week before that, when they played the Browns, they were down at home to Cleveland. Like, scores are tough. It's so long. They're down like 17-7 at the half, and they came back and just killed them in the second half. Like that time frame, I remember very vividly. The 82 one, I vaguely remember it a little bit, but yeah, that's the time frame where I sort of, really became a fan, I'd say.
Is one of those moments stuck with you more than anything? Was it the winning of the Super Bowl?
I would, well, no, because they lost the Super Bowl. 85 Monday night was a big deal.
The Bears game.
I mean, nowadays, here's the deal too. You got to remember, there was no Sunday ticket back then, and up here, you didn't see them much unless they're playing the Bills or the Jets, or it was a Monday night game, which they were on a lot of Monday nights, obviously. But that Monday night game versus the Bears, just because, like, now everyone still talks about the game all these years later, but back then, when you didn't have 10,000 channels and streaming, I mean, it was like Monday Night Football was it. And that game had a ton of hype around it, a ton. And it lived up to the hype. It was a great win, the storyline, everything with the Bears. Like, that game is like one of the, really where I remember like watching the whole game start to finish type of deal. Like in the Super Bowl, I remember I was amped up for it, but that game was over at halftime. And I think my mom said, just go to bed, they're going to lose. And I go, yeah, you're right. And they did. That game I remember vividly because that was such a big deal.
Against that defense, the 85 Bears defense.
And they were so close to playing them again in the Super Bowl. They had an AFC Championship game at home against a Patriots team they just beat a couple weeks before, and they didn't even show up. It's like, oh, if they would have got the Bears again, I don't know if they would have beat them twice, but I think there might have been a good chance they would have beat them twice, actually.
Do you remember where that Super Bowl was? What it would have been?
New Orleans.
Oh, close.
Inside a dome.
Imagine that means he would have gone to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. His career could have been a little bit different.
Yeah, because he would have went in because he played in 83, but he didn't start till like week 9 or something. So that year counts, but it doesn't. I mean, okay. But his first 2 real seasons, he would have went to the Super Bowl. And that 85 team, it wasn't great, but they were such a matchup nightmare for the Bears. And I'm sure the Bears would have made a ton of adjustments, and they would have had Jim McMahon for the whole game, which would have mattered, which they didn't in that Monday night game. He came in the game late. Why, I don't know, because they didn't need him, but he was hurt, and like they really wanted to be unbeaten. So he would have been in the game the whole game. So I don't know if they would have won that Super Bowl, but sure would have been nice to find out, I'd say.
Better to have the chance than not. So
if you had a former Dolphin that's not Dan Marino, bring back to this team today, who would you bring back?
Wow. It'd probably be Jason Taylor. It'd probably be Jason or Zach, but just how the game has changed to, linebackers, they're important, not as important as they were even back when Zach played. And I love Zach. I'd say Jason Taylor just because got to get to the quarterback. And if you just look at this roster now, I mean, they got one guy at edge rusher. That's Chop Robinson, who didn't have a great year last year. So they really need someone like a Jason Taylor. So I'd say Jason Taylor right now just to help them because, 1, he's a Hall of Famer. 2, he's great. And, that's pretty much all I need to say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we need, but I would then ask, like, so far from the new regime, I know we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
It's been words. Are you excited, not excited? How do you feel about the 2 new guys?
Cautiously optimistic. They're saying all the right things. And I know that's cheap. Everyone can say the right things. Well, not everyone says the right things because we had Chris Greer forever and he always said the wrong things. So it's not that easy to say always to say the right things, but they're saying the right things. They're moving on from the quarterback, which had to be done. I know that he's got a lot of fan support out there, and you got some people still in the press saying, just hold on to him. Why are you getting rid of him? Because nobody wants him around. That's why they're getting rid of him. Nobody wants him around. Nobody wants him around for a whole year moping around as a backup, putting on the boo-boo phase. This guy, A, he's always hurt. B, he played not just bad last year, he was terrible last year.
Yeah.
He was historically bad last year. And
Yeah.
C, the guy can't hold a press conference anymore because everyone he's putting his foot in his mouth. He's throwing the coaches under the bus. He's throwing the teammates under the bus. He got 2 head coaches and a general manager fired because as the 5th overall pick of the draft, he didn't live up to expectations. You think a new GM and a new head coach who've worked their entire lives to get this chance, to get this shot, you think they're going to suffer the same fate as the last 2 head coaches last year? We don't want you anywhere near the building. I don't care what the cap hit is. We'll take it. Just go away fast, and get the hell out of town. And I know today's his birthday, Tua. Happy birthday. Get out of town, though.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
He's okay. He's got 56 million coming to him. And
he's having cake tonight. He'll be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. It's just we're going into free agency now, right? Then we got the draft. There's a lot of talk right now. We have $700,000 worth of cap space right now. There's still a lot of moves that have to happen.
Yeah.
There's nothing out of a $301 million budget. Mike, who if you had to name a couple guys who you'd be interested in getting, obviously it depends on how much room we have, but what adjustments would you do knowing that today we got rid of Liam Eichenberg, finally, someone on this podcast that we've always been hating in our group chats, unfortunately, and and re-signing Ethan Bonner. Any other moves that you can think of?
Yes, but first, let me tell you a quick story about Liam Eichenberg. I don't know if you guys are aware, because I don't know how long you've been listening to our show. So around last year this time, we were doing a podcast, myself and one of my co-hosts, Tom, on like a Sunday night, right before the start of free agency. I go, look, I don't care what we do this offseason. The one thing I know, they cannot re-sign Liam Eichenberg. And I said, I'll go as far to say this. If they re-sign Liam Eichenberg, I'm shutting down this website and I'm shutting down this podcast. I can't do it no more. They got to be smart enough not to re-sign him. Yeah. That was on like a Sunday. That Tuesday afternoon, they signed him to a 1-year deal. So my inbox is flooded.
That's fantastic.
Please don't close the site. And don't close the podcast. Please don't do it. So I laid low, and I had a show that Friday with someone. And I go, look, here's the deal. I might have said some things last Sunday. Here's the deal, though. If he's on the team week 1, then I'm shutting this place down. And I'm shutting. But I want to see him make it through a training camp. And, of course, he got hurt and he never played, so I never had to shut anything down. But that's how adamant I was against Liam Eichenberg coming back. So today, the fact he was let go on Tua's birthday, nonetheless, I am A-okay with. I don't think they're going to do much in free agency. I think these guys, and everything Jon-Eric Sullivan has said, is we got to get to a healthy salary cap situation. He's not going to be heavy spenders. He wants to draft. He wants to develop. I think this year is about eating the dead cap money to get rid of Tua and Chubb and everyone else that they're getting rid of, Hill, and just eating all that dead cap. And he's not a guy. Look, if you look at the Packers, and he was there since 2003 in some capacity, they don't go nuts in free agency. Mm-hmm. And he said last week when he met with the media, he wants to sign a couple role players, and I think he'll sign a couple role players. I think they're not done releasing guys. I think they're going to release guys like Alec Ingold. They're going to release Jason Sanders. They're going to release possibly Tyrell Dotson. And that opens up like $3 million, $4 million, $3 million here. If they trade Minka, which they will, that's like $6 million. So they're going to get to like 15 or 20 million of salary cap space here in the next few weeks. I don't think he's going to use it. Now, there's one exception. I think they're going to make a serious offer for Malik Willis. Now, how serious will it be? How serious will it get? Is someone going to, blow him out of the water with some crazy deal? Then obviously they will respectfully bow out. But I think they're going to offer him a healthy contract because I think quarterback's unique, and you can't compare that to like a right guard or a linebacker or a safety. Quarterback's unique. And I don't think these guys are guys who want to tank. I hear a lot of Dolphins fans online, social media, tank. That's Chris Greer. And where did it get him? It got him fired. And he never won nothing. Yeah. These guys aren't that. They come from a different mindset where we're going to set the culture, we're going to win. Or we're going to try to win. Now, I know this year it's going to be rough. Tough schedule, young roster, getting rid of a lot of guys. But they're going to try and win. That don't mean they will, but they're going to try. So I don't see them just handing the job to Quinn Ewers with no competition. I don't see them not signing any veteran quarterback. And I think Willis, they're going to try. Whether they get him or not, I have no earthly idea. But I think they're going to try, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to keep throwing dirt on Chris Greer, but
He sucks.
Yeah, not having competition at the quarterback room is just something that it was an idea that I just never understood. So I agree. I mean, Quinn Ewers, whether it's Malik Willis or someone else, I expect a lot of different types of shots that we're going to take at the QB position.
It gave Tua all the leverage that year when they had Skylar Thompson and Mike White.
Yeah,
and then he's holding in, right? And that's when they gave him the large contract. There's just no foresight with Greer.
Here's what I think they're going to do. They're going to sign a veteran this offseason, whether it's Willis or Joe Flacco or Tyrod, someone. They're going to sign someone. And I know Willis has some upside. Willis has upside. I get it. The other ones really don't. Right. And just to get through this year, have them and Quinn Ewers. Then they're going to take a quarterback in this draft, probably, third, fourth, or fifth round, somewhere around there. They might take the kid from Penn State. They might take the kid from Arkansas. I don't know. They're going to take somebody. I don't know who. They're going to take somebody. Okay. And then even if they pay Willis, here's the deal. The guy's got 6 starts ever. They're not going to sign, lock him up for 5 years where you can't move on from. It's going to be it'll be probably a 3-year deal, but only the first 2 years where the money is all there. And that doesn't stop you from taking a quarterback in round 1 in 2027. So they're going to, I think, attack the quarterback spot like we've never seen before. I think fans are like, don't sign Willis because then we're going to win too many games and not get a good quarterback 27. Folks, if you looked at their schedule last year, 2 games, or next year, 2 games versus the Pats, 2 games versus the Bills, the entire AFC West, which is tough, the entire NFC North, which is tough, at the Chargers, Cincinnati at home, which kicked our ass. We're not going to win too many games next year, I promise you. Even with Willis, we're not winning too many games.
Yeah, the over-under, I think, is what, 4.5 or 5.5?
4.5, yeah.
The roster's a mess. The roster's a mess.
They get that wrong all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, I'm not worried. But they're going to throw everything at the quarterback spot and be like, I don't know which one of these guys is going to hit, but one of them is going to hit, and we're going to fix this once and for all.
Yeah, and when you do think you hit, you got to keep going, like what they said. I mean, we're season ticket holders, so we were there at the Hafley and Sully interview.
Yeah.
The thing that I did like that Hafley said was, I could say all the right things right now, but it doesn't matter if we don't win. And I really, as you said, optimistic that we've found the right guys because they know what it takes to actually build a team that's going to win for now and for the future. And I do agree with you. Fans just need to be patient. Flores in his first year won more games than he's supposed to, and I kind of think that's what's coming. I do think we have some pieces that we can build. On that question, I'd ask, would you want to see them, extend Achane and Brewer and Brooks has been rumored?
Yes, because I think with Jordan Brooks and Aaron, you open up significant salary cap space this year, which they need. And it makes sense because you don't want to move on from them. Achane, I would as well. The only caveat is this, and he won't even slam the door on this last week, Jon-Eric Sullivan, which is part of the reason why I really like him right now. He goes, not looking to trade him, not trying to trade him, but if someone gave me the right offer, it's like he won't even slam the door on. If someone offers us a first-round pick for Achane, as much as I like him, give me the first-round pick every day of the week because we still got 2 other running backs on the roster, and running back is the easiest position to find. And let's be honest with Achane. He's been great, but he also is a little bit smaller. And how well will he hold up the next 2 to 3 or 4 years? We hope it's okay. We don't know. We hope. So I would pay him and extend him. But if someone made the right offer, I am not afraid to send him away and trade him because this is a total rebuild. And I think a lot of fans are kind of hoping for a tweak. We're going to sort of fix a few things, and next year we're going to take a quarterback in round 1. Arch Manning's coming, and we're going to be great. Well, no, because even to take quarterback in round 1, it takes them a year or 2 to get good. So it's like this is a full rebuild. And I love Achane. I don't want to see him go, but if it's a first-round pick, I will trade him in a second.
It's a lot of value.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Jon-Eric Sullivan will too, because he wouldn't slam the door on it.
He's only talking about getting more picks. So
more
picks.
We got 5 in the first 90 picks. 5. There's a lot of draft capital. One thing he was preaching Jon-Eric Sullivan was tape DNA. So going into the draft, are there any positions that you're looking into that you think that they should build upon in the first couple rounds?
Defense and offensive line. Edge rusher, we got, like I said, we got nothing. We have nothing at edge, and we have nothing in the secondary. Let's just be totally honest. We have one edge rusher who's okay, and we have nobody in the secondary anymore. I mean, nobody. So they have to address those. And offensive line as well needs to be addressed. Now, here's the deal with the offensive line, though. You got your left tackle in Patrick Paul. You have one guard in Jonah. I'm not in love with Jonah, but he was a second-round pick, and he probably ain't going nowhere.
A lot of playing time.
He's going to start next year. Maybe they move him to the right side. I don't know. That's probably where he should be. But either way, he's a starter. You have your center, and it sounds like from what he said last week, they don't want to move on from Austin Jackson. So really, is offensive line in need? Yes. They need to find someone at offensive guard to start. But I don't think it's as huge a need as, some fans just want every pick to be offensive lineman. Like, guys, every pick can't be offensive lineman. On defense, we really have a ton of holes. Like I said, secondary and edge. So I would probably look there. You got the two corners everyone has mocked to Miami, and McCoy and Mansour Delane. If either one of them are there, can't be mad at that. Edge rusher at 11's a little bit trickier unless Ruben Bain falls because he's got little short arms.
Yeah, I'll take the rep bar all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the other guy I love, I don't know if he'll be there, and he doesn't really fit in either role, but he's just so stinking good. I want to put him on the field. Is Sonny Styles from Ohio State?
Oh yeah,
you put him next to Jordan Brooks. They're going to cause havoc week in and week out. So if they can get someone on defense around one, it'd be ideal. But if the right offensive lineman's there, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, you could always move back too. Obviously, I think there's a lot of depth in what the positions that we're talking about here. When it's
especially secondary, a lot of secondary guys.
Yeah, exactly. McCoy scares me a little bit because of the ACL and what we've dealt with in injuries in the past. I kind of want somebody with less injury history, but there's a lot to look forward to with this regime right now. It's very interesting, but
more optimism.
Yes,
more optimism
than before. Absolutely.
I saw a mock draft moments before we went live from someone who's really good from NFL Network and NFL.com, Lance Zierlein. He had those two cornerbacks in the top 5. And guess who he had fall to Miami at pick 11?
Francis Moreno.
Carnell Tate.
Oh, in a second. He had a bad 40 time, but yeah.
That's not what he's known for. It's size. Exactly.
Yeah, 6'3", right? You want that large.
Now, it's not. Here's the deal. It would go against everything Jon-Eric Sullivan said because he's been saying he wants to build from the inside out, which I get. But if he falls to pick 11, knowing they probably will move on from Waddle either in November or next offseason, because if you look at his contract, they can't move on from him now. Here's the deal with Waddle. They can't move on from him now. So everyone's saying they're going to trade him to Pittsburgh. They're going to trade him to Giants. They can't because the dead cap hit is so prohibitive with his deal. It's insane. Here's where his contract, though, gets a little bit iffy. Next year, this time, 365 days, his cap number is $30 million, and he has no incentive to restructure. Meaning, if this is a bad year, like many people think, come November at the trade deadline, that's where you got, because you paid off most of the salary for this year at that point, so there's no big hit on the cap. You can trade him for picks in 2027. And what's in the 2027 draft that you're probably going to want? A starting quarterback. So if you get a first or second from him in November, that gives you extra picks for next year. So if you do have to trade up, you got extra picks to maneuver with. I think Waddle will get traded in November. He ain't getting traded now. So yeah, wide receiver, if these guys are thinking long-term, which if I thought of this, I'm sure they have, Tate at pick 11 wouldn't be bad. Although he's not the fastest guy, but that's not what he's known for. It's size and everything else.
Yeah, his ball skills.
Which is a comment that Sully made. He's
wants taller wide receiver
about how the room is so small. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that.
What he did last week, Sullivan, real quick, was great.
Yeah.
He held a press conference at the combine. He gave away his entire draft strategy. I'm not going to trade up. I'm going to trade down. At some point, I am going to take a quarterback. I'm not telling you when, but I'm taking a quarterback. I want taller wide receivers because we got more than enough small ones. And I'm going to build this from the inside out. He literally was an open book and gave out his whole draft strategy to the world at a press conference in February. And I loved it. You know what? You know what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. Stop me from doing it.
Right. Yeah. And Big also made his own mock draft right before coming on here.
I did.
He also got Tate in the first round. And in the second round, which I don't believe this is, he got Ty Simpson in the second round. Again, that's not building from the foundation, but I think we'd be pretty excited if that was the result. Those two.
Ty Simpson in round 2 would be interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen some people, they got him going as high as 6 to Cleveland. Some people I saw today, I think Orlowski had him going to us in round 1 at pick number 11 or something like that. And I've seen some people have him going in like the 30s and 40s. So I don't know what the hell's going to happen with Ty Simpson. But yeah, I mean, if he's there in round 2, again, we got to fix this quarterback thing once and for all because we're never going to move forward. You cannot win without one. Yeah. Yes, you can win with like an average one this year. Look at Seattle, but we haven't even had that. Like we really even had Sam Darnold level play. I mean, he had one good year to it, maybe 2. You could convince me, but even then, the guy was always hurt, can't play in the cold. I mean, there's a million outliers here where this kid can't succeed because of this or because of that. And you know what? I'm ready just to throw everything at the quarterback spot. If that means using a pick in round 2 on Ty Simpson, if he's there, go for it.
Yeah.
Round 1 would be a little bit of a stretch. I will say that.
Yeah. I don't want him in round 1. I don't think he has the tools that you're looking for in a first round quarterback. And like you said, we have so many holes. Quarterback is just one of them, and they have other plans. And next year, I think looks like it's going to be a better year.
It's a better quarterback draft. Yeah, you got more for more.
All the cap space that you're going to have next year as well. It's going to be intriguing 2027. All right. So can we give us so we want to have some fun questions here. So the aliens are attacking tomorrow. We're going to shift it up a little bit, Mike. Aliens are attacking tomorrow. It's the last day, guaranteed. What is your last meal? It could be anything. It could be appetizer, the works. What would your last meal be?
Well, I got it down between 2 things. A nice steak.
Yeah.
But being that I am a paisan, I'm going with a nice plate of spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay. And you're making it yourself, or there's a special restaurant you're going to up there?
I'd probably go to a restaurant up here in Syracuse that I like. Yeah.
Nice. Our last name, my brother and I, is Altieri, so we're also part Italian. But it's just our last name. So that's about it. We're mostly Cuban American. But I want you to. Do you have any more fun questions?
No, that's the only one I had.
That's the only fun.
That's the only one I had.
That's all we got.
Not for the fun. Let's go bash Chris Greer again.
We're having too much fun.
That's the fun we like to have. We like talking Dolphins, and we said when we started the pod today that DolphinsTalk.com. That's your website. Can you explain a little bit more? Because we like to have fun, and we like to give our fans a quick brief what's going on. We don't go into as in the weeds like you do. We actually encourage people to go to DolphinsTalk.com and to the other pods like 3 Yards Per Carry. We're also huge fans of theirs, so we listen to them all the time. Can you tell us a little bit more about your website and what people can find there?
Yeah, it's pretty much a one-stop shop for all things Miami Dolphins. We have all the news, we have the rumors, we have original commentary from our writers, we have podcasts. It's not just me on the podcast. We have multiple people who have podcasts to give you a wide range of opinions. Because if it's just me every day, it's like you keep hearing the same people with the same opinion. So we have a wide range of opinions of people who, some people might lean more positive, some people might lean more negative, whatever. The site's been around since 2011. The podcast, I want to say, someone asked me this last week, and I wasn't sure the exact. I want to say 2013-ish was the podcast, and we have it all. My whole vision for this was, if I was a fan of the Miami Dolphins and I got a 9-to-5 job and I don't have time to be on social media all day, I don't have time to be reading all the newspapers in South Florida, where can I get caught up each day on everything that happened? Now I'm like, well, I'll just make a website where I can catch everyone up each day on what happened. And I'll just do it myself. And we've been around forever. Since 2011, which seems like forever. Prior to that, if you go back to like 2001, 02. There was another website, which I don't want to mention because I don't know who actually owns the website now, and I don't know. I was the managing editor for that. But again, I was just out of college then, and real life got in the way. So I got like my first real job. And also, so I didn't have time so I took a little bit of break from like 03, 04 till like 2011. And then I'm like, you know what? That was fun. And when I started this up in 2011, I never thought it would grow to what it's grown into. But the NFL has also grown since 03, 04 to 2011 till now to this more than just a sport. It's a lifestyle for fans. It's 24/7 every month of the year. It's either the draft, free agency. Then in May, you got the release of the schedule. Then you got a couple months where it's kind of slow. Then you're into training camp and preseason, and it's nonstop. So it's like a 24/7 news cycle pretty much all year. So just try to fill that void with, all the news, all the podcasts, all the rumors, all that stuff. And we try to have fun too. If you listen to our shows, we do have fun because here's the deal. We've been really bad for a really long time. And yeah, there's times where we will get super serious but some other times you got to laugh a little bit because if not, you'll just go nuts because we just for years have sort of stepped in it over and over and over again. So you got to try to have a little fun along the way. But for the most part with the podcast, we, a ton of guests. We've had on Zach Thomas, Ricky Williams a few times, Larry Zonka a few times, Christian Wilkins when he was here, Landry when he was here. We even had on Phil Simms once. I mean, we've had on like big name former players, OJ McDuffie, Sam Madison, Pat Surtain, around. I mean, I could just go on and on and on.
Yeah, you're naming heroes, Mike.
Those are the
so
guys
we've had them all on at least once since we've had this podcast now. And plus all the people, local media. Here's a problem though, having on people now in the local media. They all got their own shows. So it's like, I used to have them on all the time because we were pretty much one of like two podcasts and we were doing it each day while the other one wasn't. And then they eventually stopped. So they would all come on. The problem now is, and I still like them and I still have them on every now and then. I don't need them on though, because they all got their own show. So what are they telling me that they're not saying themselves? So we've pivoted towards not having as many local people on just because I'm not going to get anything out of them that they haven't already said essentially. So, but we still have on a lot of guests and stuff and we try to get creative with the guests and whatnot. But yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's not my 9-to-5 job, but sometimes it feels like it with the amount of time I got to put in it. So it gets a little hectic, but I have a great team. It's not just me. I have a great team and everyone sort of chips in and helps.
Well, congratulations to you guys because that's exactly how I describe it when I tell people to go see your page because you guys have everything. It's very easy to catch up on everything, and we all have day jobs, so we can't be on social media. And
what really helped us to grow is in 2021. Yeah, I think 2021. Jason Jenkins from the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if people know who he is, Jason Jenkins. Yeah. He ran the whole media department. He reached out to me one day. I will never forget this day. I was getting my oil change at a local car dealership. My phone, I get a message from him. He goes, "We're trying to change some things to their website. Your website's great. Send me some ideas." All right. So that weekend, I came up with like 3 ideas. I sent it to him. We had a phone call that like Tuesday or so. He goes, "Loved all the ideas, but I really like this one." Well, feel free, take it, use it. It's fine. He goes, "Oh, I am. And you're going to do it for me." So for a year, they sent me a formal contract. Like it was like really formal.
No way.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, and what I asked for, I go, "Look, I don't care about the money. I don't." I go, "Here's the deal. In everything I write, I just want to embed our podcast in that article." He's like, "Yeah, sure. No problem." So that really helped our podcast grow being on that website. Cause they got their own in-house shows, but in everything I wrote, I was able to embed our podcast, which was really nice of them. And, unfortunately he passed away very unexpectedly. So, I mean, who knows if he was still around, I might still be doing stuff like that. But unfortunately that didn't happen, but that was also a big break for our site as well.
But you also took one of their shows, right? The Fish Tank is now officially part of you guys's.
Yeah, well, I didn't take it, but yes.
I know.
They joined up with us. Yes, they joined up with us. And yes, their shows, it's sort of a joint partnership where they do a live show. I don't want to say every Wednesday, but most Wednesdays. In the off season, there might be a Wednesday here or there where they don't do a show. But yes, they have a show on Wednesdays that's live on our YouTube channel. And when they do their interviews, we are going to drop the video of it first, or just exclusively, I guess. And they're going to drop the audio first and stuff. So it's a joint partnership. But yes, they have joined our website, joined our team, Seth Levitt, OJ McDuffie, and that's been great as well, because that just started like 3 weeks ago or so, roughly.
Yeah, Mr. McDuffie is one of my top 10.
He's the best. Great guy as well. Very funny, great guy, and he hates losing. This team not winning, as fans, it eats us up. As a former first-round pick out of Penn State, it eats him up too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch him on those live shows, he'll say, "I'm sick of losing." He's one, just because he was a guy who was a first-round pick and played. He's just like us. He feels the same things as fans. Like, I'm tired of losing. I want to win. So he's a great guy. I can't say enough nice things about OG. Just an awesome person.
Yeah, and Sam Levitt's great too. The way that he
Seth Levitt's great. Yeah, Seth. Yeah.
Seth, sorry, and they have fun. Their story.
You gotta have fun. I mean,
dynamic,
look.
so
If you didn't have fun with the team losing as much as it's lost in 20-something years, like I said, you go nuts.
Yeah.
You gotta pick a few. I always tell people, at the end, this is a football podcast. We ain't saving the world here.
Yeah, this is
a
fun
football
hobby.
podcast. You gotta have a little fun with it. And there's,
yeah, we've learned from our friend Gene. We're here for the moments. We take moments, the moments that are fun. Like we beat the Bills this year. That was a great moment for us to celebrate.
Exactly.
And that's it. And we move on, because that's all we got.
Yeah.
It's loser talk, but it's what we have here.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Mike, this has been such a pleasure meeting you, but also doing this with you. We really appreciate you coming on the podcast. So much fun talking Dolphins. We'd love to do it again, have you back on.
Absolutely. It's a fellow Lemoyne College person. Even if it's for 1 year,
we're
still
real
counts.
Dolphins.
We're both Dolphins. I know. That's crazy.
So
it's you, me, and Rob Manford. He went to Lemoyne too.
I got 2 other alumni here in Miami. So the next time you come down, we'll have a little Lemoyne alum reunion.
Probably in October I'll be down there, because I usually go every October-ish, sometime November, but usually October, November I'll be down there.
Yeah, I know you probably have a lot of people, but we'd love to meet up with you and do this and meet officially.
Absolutely.
So.
For sure. Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And thank you. So you want to take us home?
Yeah. So make sure that you like and subscribe on both our Little Big Opinions page and DolphinsTalk.com, and sayonara, suckers.